so our next one is favorite news show of the fall season.
And it's interesting because I've got no idea what you're going to put. But
I think you do. I think when you see it, you'll be like, oh, yeah.
Maybe. And I think everyone's going to know what I'm going to do.
Trophy wife.
Okay.
Yeah. See? Trophy wife.
Well, yeah. I won't say why I wasn't sure if it'd be that. But
Why?
yes.
You can say it.
Because it's something else that's coming so later.
Fall season, though.
Okay.
So you said because of something that's coming. If it hasn't aired, I couldn't pick it.
Later in the podcast. We'll talk later. Anyway.
Now I'm confused.
Okay.
So I picked Trophy Wife because not that you can even read these because they're written in dry marker, but
Mine looks like blood.
whatever. This took a turn. So I picked Trophy Wife because I liked the pilot. I thought the pilot was funny. I thought like there were moments that weren't amazingly original. The whole kid's pet dies and they race to replace the pet. It's been done, whatever. But I liked the characters as they were, and I liked the humor specifically. And then as the episodes went on, I think it was the third episode where we learned that Diane is a light catfisher, and I really started to just love the world. Everything just felt really sharp, and they make me laugh, but they also do these subtle things that I like with their jokes, and I think they've really evolved their characters in a way that it's a comedy, so your tendency as comedy goes along is to make the characters broader and dumber just for the laughs, and they definitely have characters that are flighty and that are not the most intelligent, but they're doing it in a way that they don't feel like cartoons. They just feel like people that they don't care about reading newspapers and staying up with pop culture. Like the fact that Jackie doesn't know who Iron Man is, I kind of love, because she's so crunchy and like hippy dippy and like just aloof that it feels like it fits her. So I really like what they've done with pretty much everybody. And I also like the fact that I think they're using the kids really well, which is something that I don't think a lot of comedies can always do. And in the beginning, when they recast the one teenage girl, I was kind of like, is that going to be necessary? But I feel like they've proven that it kind of was, just because of how scary similar she is to her mother. And it's worked really well for me. I really, really like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I Trophy Wife is a show that I tweeted about this. I feel like I want to love more than I do. But
that's fair.
But yeah, I actually really like the pilot more than probably anything that's come so far, which is weird. Though I like the Christmas episode. I thought it was really funny because Ace of Base, hello. But yes, my love of Sleepy Hollow is not quiet or subtle.
No, it's not.
No,
but it doesn't
anything.
have to be. Like, that's kind of the point. Is like, I wish I had talked more about Trophy Wife so that it wasn't a surprise to people that it's my favorite show. But sometimes it's hard to like talk about why you love things without being repetitive.
No, and I mean, I think also, this was actually, I think, a weirdly strong season for comedies.
Which I'm glad about.
I feel like the number of dramas that I actually like and stuck with beyond the pilot is so significantly, low compared to comedies. Like I love a lot of I love the Goldbergs, I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I love Crazy Ones.
So why didn't you pick those instead of Sleepy Hollow?
Because Sleepy Hollow makes me want to
Don't say rip your skin off.
I was gonna rip my arm off, but that doesn't.
It's not better.
No, it's not better. No, it's the show where if we get to see it early, it's the one that I'm immediately trying to wait for my friends to be like, seriously, why have you not dropped it? And we all end up dropping everything, watching it, and then hating ourselves because we're like, well, now we have to wait X amount of time for a new episode. I just want to smile and laugh and I feel like an idiot talking about the show. I feel like, not in a bad way, because I feel like I love it so much, it just makes me so disgustingly happy.
That's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
Pretty much, I think, how you should want to feel about good shows.
And it still so baffles me that it is a good show, and I'm so thankful for that. Every week, I'm like, you guys haven't screwed this up. It's amazing. Because if you look at that log line,
I know.
You see basically it's like a time traveling Ichabod crane.
It sounds very silly, and the thing is, it can be silly, but it works.
Right.
It's okay. They're not trying to say, this is the most serious thing in the world.
Right, and even when they have those serious moments, they're completely earned. The silly moments are earned. This is a show that in lesser hands would be so terrible.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It has, and it's so. Even after seeing what I thought was a great pilot, a shockingly great pilot, I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
where did this come from?
But to be able to do that week after week is a lot harder
Right.
than to do a pilot where who knows how long they could spend writing that script, you know?
Right. I mean, it's I think it's a beautiful show. It's beautifully shot. They've brought in John Noble, which really.
I was waiting. I was like, she's been talking for a few minutes and she has not brought up John Noble yet. Something has gone awry.
I would say, because I mean that's also speaking
No,
to the
of
quality
course,
of the show.
and
Because
it's true.
if
It's,
my first words out of my mouth after praising a show is not, you guys, John Noble's amazing, which he is and always is.
but yeah,
But it's like there's Tom, so incredible. Like
Mhm.
there was a
But
recent
then, I mean, it
report
goes
on
back to
another-
what you just said about like the serious moments feeling earned. Like they have to be incredible because otherwise it would not. Like the writing could be amazing, the effects could be amazing, but if they can't act these moments, you would be laughing. You'd think it's like a sci-fi B movie.
I was that there's definitely pilots with genre elements.
Oh well,
this
yeah.
year that I
went
laughed
for
out loud
the
at.
extreme, but
Yeah, no, and it's I like that it's what I like to do it as crazy pants crazy, because it is
accurate.
I like that there's a fun mythology. I like that there's
Mhm.
still cases of the week, and it's setting up like the most misfit ragtag team. Like none of these people you would think should individually be investigating a crime, and you put them all together,
That's
and they
true.
kind of work in a way that you really should not expect. Because you've got a time traveler, which by itself is a little crazy.
Oh, a little.
Just a little.
Okay.
You've got a sin eater. You've got a mental hospital patient.
Yes. Who I want them to use more because I really like that character.
Yeah,
I like that relationship, that aspect
Right.
of the story. I want them to use her more.
I think they'll be using Jenny more. I like that they have. I like that what John chose. He's been kind of woven into the world a little bit more. I think Irving, they're setting up some interesting stuff with him, and I think we cannot understate how amazing Orlando Jones is on social media.
Oh, but that doesn't count towards the show.
No.
That's just him in general, and it's helped you love the show because you love the people involved more.
But I think. But they're enjoying themselves, and
Yeah.
there are times when you watch shows and you're like, oh my god, these people are so miserable. You can see it on their faces. They are basically, I mean, they're being paid ridiculous amounts of money, but they're still miserable every second of the day in
Well,
terms of their
because
work.
like the money doesn't matter if you're spending 16
Right.
hours doing something that you hate and
Right.
working with people you don't like.
Right, but this show, you don't get the feeling that these guys are miserable.
Right.
I can't speak for them. I'm not their spokesperson, but they seem to be having fun, and that's in a show like that. This is so important.
Yeah.
And I know this is not necessarily the most popular of opinions, but I love that it's 13 episodes a season. I think that in
No, I
order
think
for it to
that's
maintain
smart.
quality, I think having shorter seasons is great because we've
Well, I mean-
as much as in order for the show I feel like to be the best that it could be, they kind of need to be able to dip into the mythology and to do these cases of the week the way they are, and to do that, setting that up for 22 episodes. I mean, I feel like that would just torture on
Yeah.
that writing
Yeah.
staff like that, and I'm really happy with what we're getting. It just makes me feel like if it was a person, I would just like buy it a drink. Is that weird? Probably.
You could have said something weirder.
I was conscious of the fact that it's going to be recorded and going on the internet, so I figured I should keep it to
Okay.
buy it a drink.
Okay, fair enough.